All right, what is up, Money Growth Academy? Welcome back, Hustle Nation. I got Trey here with me, and let me show y'all what we just bought.
Katie, should I show him?
Show 'em, man.
Boom! We just bought this an 82 Skyline Layton. Now, you probably think we're crazy. Katie, show him what it looks like.
All right, guys, check it out. It's a little more updated than the pictures. Trust me, it's not that weird looking on the inside. But let's go ahead, do a little walk around, and show you what we got, and talk about why we even bought this in the first place. All right, you guys, so we're in here now inside the camper trailer. And so as you guys know, this channel, you have seen me and Trey flip a lot of couches. You already know I am the self-proclaimed couch king. I kind of just have a knack for it, guys. I don't know. But as you know, along with all those other couch videos on the channel, we show you tons of other side hustles that you can do to start making money. But with all these side hustles, guys, the thing is, none of them are truly passive. Now, where we're trying to go is, we have other jobs. We have other work that we do besides this YouTube channel and besides flipping couches. And even though it makes so much money, we have other things we gotta get done. So we can't always be flipping couches, or if we're out on vacation, we're not making money unless we're out there actually hustling. So part of buying this whole trailer right now, guys, is a whole thing to help us get that passive income going. So Trey, tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, just like Kaden said, the couch grind, it's good money, Kaden.
Really
It is good money. We've both been doing it in the same market. But like Kaden said, it's not truly passive. The time that goes into going to pick up these couches, clean these couches, there's a lot of time that goes into that distracts from other businesses. Now, we've been doing that because we want to show you guys that you can seriously make a good monthly income off of that, doing that.
A nasty amount of money.
Nasty, like seriously. But we wanted to take that money, flip into another business, and we landed on this one. So the timing was right now. We're post-pandemic right now of COVID. Everyone's traveling. So we've been watching what's happening in our local market. Airbnb is going crazy right now, especially in travel destinations. So seemed like a good time to get a trailer and really give this a try. So we picked up this 82 Layton. We'll show you guys some pictures of it, the process of going to get it. We'll show you guys all around this trailer. But the goal now is to go in with D, me, and Kaden. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into an Airbnb, put it in a hot zone, and generate some cash off this. Now, it might go south, guys.
There's a pretty good chance it might.
It might just all fall apart. There's stuff we got to fix on this one. We still got to find a place. People probably call us crazy.
Yeah.
We didn't do everything we needed to in the beginning.
Yeah, not a lot of research, guys. But that's the thing. When you're hustling, guys, sometimes you can't get stuck in that paralysis analysis. That is a big thing that goes on. And a really good quote, guys, that I have heard a lot, and I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of these entrepreneurs say, it's just important that you decide than when you decide, guys. So don't keep pushing things off. Just make the decision and go with it.
Exactly. And with this trailer here, this week that we came across the idea and we're like, man, we should really do this Airbnb thing. Like, it's really hot in our area. We looked at about 8 and they were gone within 24 hours. And we're like, crap. So like Kanan said, we just had to pull the trigger and finally go for it and just get this one before it was off the market and just get started. That's probably the biggest thing, is just getting started. We won't know if it's a success unless we actually do it. So that's what we're going to do with this one. We're going to take you guys through a full journey on this one. Like we said, you're going to want to watch this entire journey. Subscribe to the channel, guys, because we don't know if it's going to be a failure or a success. We're live, real entrepreneurs doing this live for you guys to show you, is this feasible? Can you build a business off this? If this goes well, maybe we'll get another trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a dome tent,
There's just so many things you can do with Airbnb, guys. There's camper trailers. There's tents. People just post up tents and rent them on Airbnb and make a killing. There's geodomes. All kinds of crazy stuff like tiny homes. We'll show you all of that along this journey, guys, as we go through. But for now, I think it's time, we kind of show you around the trailer. And then we'll sit back down and kind of talk about the long-term plans for this and, how we're going to get this thing running.
All right, Kaden. Time to show them this trailer. Show them how crazy we are.
All right, check it out, guys. All right, here she is. So you guys already saw that little sneak peek of her on the outside right before we went inside and talked to you. But check her out, guys. And let me just tell you right now, Trey and I, no idea anything about camper trailers, no idea how to hook these things up to like city lines, the electrical or anything. But quick few Google searches and we're rocking and rolling. So as you saw, all the windows here, all the lights. So a previous owner had gone through and painted it. We probably are going to repaint this because here in Utah, it's a hot climate. You don't really want those dark colors. So we got this big awning up here that needs to be replaced for sure. We got these tires down here that also are going to need to be replaced, and the rims are going to need to be painting, no doubt. We'll probably switch up some of these light fixtures on the outside. But yeah, definitely on the outside, the first thing is going to be just really the paint. As far as structurally or leaking, no leaks or anything. All right, let's go ahead and go inside. All right, you guys, welcome to Casa Money Growth Academy. I don't know. Leave me a good name for this Airbnb in the comments down below. And, you know, we might just name the Airbnb after your comment. So here we go, guys. Let's start over here. So we got a bed down here. This folds out. This will actually pull out. And underneath there, we got the water tank and all that good stuff. But this will pull all the way out to become a full-size bed. But then, you know, right now it's just a couch. So it's super spacious in here with that folded on up. And then up here we have a bunk bed. So this folds down right now. And as you can see, it's a little bit dated looking up here. I'm not even going to lie, guys. We need to do some work up there. The last owner, they got a little bit lazy. They did not paint all the way. They didn't paint the windows. But it's not a big deal, guys. We're going to handle all of that because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff in here. We got a ton of ideas. So we'll get that all handled. Definitely going to repaint this green. It's not the best looking thing. But, you know, how about that sign? Hustle Nation, let's get at it. Alright guys, now coming over here. So over here, this is a little table. I'm not going to do it right now, just for time's sake. But this folds out as a table, and it will actually fold out quite a few feet. You can add in different leaf packs onto it, so it'll fold out quite a bit. So you can get a whole, you know, whole family around that thing. Here, guys, you just got a little countertop space. You got storage. Not going to show you all the drawers. That's a waste of time. And over here, guys, you're going to see our dining room setup. So as you see right here, we got one big kind of bench set up around this table. Now, this table actually pulls up, and you can remove it. And then what you can do is you can move these metal poles. And then this couch right here, just like behind you guys, the bed, this will pull out to a full-size bed as well. So you can sleep up to 6 people in here. Now, you know, 4 is probably more comfortable, but hey, you know, if you're on vacation with your buddies, 6 isn't that bad. Anyways, over here, we got the kitchen set up here. So we got the stovetop range hood. We've got the propane stove and a propane oven. So this all runs off of gas. You have to manually light it. Pretty sweet there. And then right here, you know, your basic kitchen sink and faucet. We don't have all the water stuff on right now, and then under here is just more storage up top. Check out this, guys. We've even got a fridge in here. I didn't even know these things came with fridges. To be honest, I don't know why I didn't think they would, but they do. So they got a fridge and a freezer in there. Pretty nice. Now, guys, follow me back into the bathroom. It's going to get a little bit tight. So here in the bathroom, guys, as you see right now, this is looking pretty dark. It's not the nicest looking bathroom. A lot of work needs to be done. This shower all needs to come out probably. We might just do a whole big shower right here and no tub at all. I'm not sure what we're doing, guys. Drop your ideas down below, but I mean, check out the shower head. What? I'm not really sure what that is, guys. It's definitely not a shower head I've ever seen before. We've got an actual flushing toilet here, guys, so we can be hooked up to the grid and flush straight to sewer lines with that. So super nice. Got a nice cute little sink here. You got your window, a little closet back here. So pretty nice, guys. And then up here you also, have some more medicine cabinet storage. You unclip that. So we got a lot of storage in this, and that's a big thing to look for, guys. And I'm not saying, go out and buy one of these right now, but one thing you want to really check and make sure is that you have tons and plenty of storage in yours. If you're going to go out and buy one of these, kind of just pull the trigger like we did. Anyways, guys, so yeah, that's the inside. Pretty simple. It needs a little bit of updating, a little bit of painting here and there. The floor has this new vinyl plank in, so the floor is all good. So that's a really big time saver and money saver there. That's a big reason we went with this particular camper over others, is just because it's so much more updated than other vans that we saw or other trailers that we saw. Other trailers, we'd have to rip out the floor or lay new floor, do a lot more painting, a lot more sanding, and all that stuff. This one, though, guys, it's really pretty updated. There's a few things we got to update, like backsplash, maybe change the countertops out, but I figure this isn't going to take more than 2 months. Hopefully, now you say that, but are things ever really that easy? I'm not sure. There's a few things we got to figure out with this, guys. And you know what? I'll be upfront with you guys and show you this right now. One thing we are going to have to deal with. Alright, you guys, so I'm down here by the queen bed right now. Like I told you, this did have a few things wrong with it. Like how, the water wasn't working. We saw all the other things work, like the propane for the fridge and the stove. So we know all of those lines work and everything in the electric. However, this is the one problem why we could not see the stove work. I know it's kind of hard to spot right now, but if you can see, if I can get my hand back there. You know what? I'm going to get my hand out of the way. But you can see that pipe right there. Maybe I'll draw some little arrows on the screen. It came out of the connection of that elbow, guys. And there we go. There's some light. So that little connection right there just popped out. Now, as far as we know, that should be the only issue, is just getting that back in and reattaching that pipe. However, you never know, guys. You would like to trust people and say, yeah, that is probably what was wrong with it, but it's hard to trust people nowadays, guys. So we're going to go ahead and try and get that hooked up sometime today, or at least temporarily going, so that we can at least get an idea if the water's actually running. So we're going to get the water tank filled up in a little bit here, and try and get that working and see if we can get water flowing, and in here, in the toilet, and in the shower. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at a few of these things, guys, and get back to you. All right, you guys, so it's day 2 here. We're working on the trailer again. And if you remember yesterday, I told you all about that leak we had right down in there. Well, we got that all soldered up. We started running the pump again, but then we found another leak. Water was just gushing everywhere. Well, let me see if I can get you in here. So we have a massive burst in the pipe right there, guys. That's the hot water line. Now we had more water leaking out underneath the sink as well. So turns out, guys, that little T connection in there that you see right there, that was not even connected. But that's not all. We got that connected. These up here are connections straight to our faucet. We're also leaking. So we have tons and tons of leaks. Now, rather than going through and replacing or trying to resolder all of these, guys, we're just going to go ahead and bring this up to 2021 standards, run new PEX lines through all of this. It's going to be more expensive now, but you have to remember, it's an investment. So we're going to be putting this camper trailer probably about 4 to 5 hours away from our house. So just for the peace of mind knowing that for the next 5 to 10 years, wherever this thing is, we don't have to worry about pipes bursting, driving 4 or 5 hours to go fix it, or hiring a plumber to go fix it. So that leads us to the bathroom. Now I'm going to let Dee go ahead and explain that.
Another thing, we decided that we obviously had to take the tub out. So to take the tub out, we had to remove the knobs. That's just right back there. And so we did have access to that. But we also noticed that there was some water back here as well. And so we have to remove the tub. And then just underneath the tub, you'll see some pipes under there. I don't know if you can see those. So you have to disconnect the drain to do that. So we didn't disconnect this pipe. We're going to run all PEX through there. And then we're going to bring you in here. And the challenge in here is we have this enclosure, this shower tub enclosure. We wanted to keep it, but this is 23 inches. This is only like 20 inches. And so just short of 20 inches. And the only way we can get this out is if we take this wall out. We're really not interested in taking this wall out and then taking the seating out and then trying to, and hopefully the ceiling and everything's okay, because this is a major kind of retaining wall. So we don't want to do that. So we're just decided that we're just going to cut the tub out completely, and then we're going to go with a shower pan, and then we're going to do some walls, and we'll walk you through how we're going to do that, but we're just going to have to cut it and get rid of it.
Yeah, guys, so like you just said, we just don't want to risk taking out this wall here, because this wall kind of holds up the whole back half of the trailer, so we don't know what happens if we take this wall out, if the roof's going to start to sag, if stuff is going to fall. There's just a lot more stuff that has to come out, because there's also the closet on this side as well that the wall is also, screwed into. So the easiest solution is really just taking out this shower now to get, because we have to be able to get to, you'll see those lines right there. We can't get to those lines unless this whole shower pan and tub combo is out. These are usually two pieces, the actual tub pan down here and the shower pan up top. They're usually two pieces, but for some reason we got lucky. It's one piece, so it's got to come out. All right, guys, check out all this copper we've ripped out of the RV. I mean, we pulled it all out, and the tub surround, that nasty yellow tub surround. We had to do that so that we could get to the copper. Let me show you inside the RV what we're installing and how that's going. Okay, we've done quite a bit in this RV. Now, when we first bought it, the guy told us, oh, there's just a little crack in the line. You guys just got to put that back together, which Caden showed you guys. It was right here where that elbow had slipped out that we just needed to put back in. Oh man, we were in for it. There was so much more. We found a crack below one of the cabinets in the hot water line. And then as we tried to solder and sweat the pipes back together, we were having all kinds of trouble and it was just mess after mess. So we finally decided, hey, if we're going to rent this out to people on Airbnb, and in the off chance something does go wrong, is there a way we can minimize the future work that we have to do? So what we did instead is we went to PEX, and instead of crimping, we went to push to connect. So I'm going to explain why we did that and what we're doing right now. Here we are. All right, so here is where all that copper was lined up into the pump and everything. We've already fed in our hot water line. What we're using, guys, is these SharkBite push to connects. These things are sweet, and if you see that right there, it's got that end on it, that end, and you can just push these straight into the PEX line. Now, PEX comes in red, blue, and white. You could use white for everything, just label it with a Sharpie if you want to. We just are going to go ahead and do red and blue to differentiate very easily what line's what. So the first line we started with is this hot. So we came off our existing stuff right here, and you can see we've got these all in. Now here is that corner that had been giving us so much trouble back in here. So here's also something we had to do. We had our dump valves right here. So right there used to be a T that would go down there, and then it would dump the water down there in a T. So what we had to do, because we couldn't get a T, we couldn't get that down into the space and have enough room around these corners, and we didn't want it to be like how they did it. So we drilled these two new holes. We're going to patch up the existing holes they had right in this corner because it's too tight against the water heater. If something goes wrong, there's really tight space to try and work in there. So we're going to patch those holes up, and we're going to use these holes as our dump valves right there for these lines. Now we ran that one back. Here is, let me pull this out. You can kind of see back there, we got a T going up. This one's coming up right in to our sink. So we got our 12-inch faucet braided cable that's coming in here. Then we have these silver SharkBite connections. And this is what we're using for those. They're quarter turns. This way we can shut off the water. So if there ever is a leak, we don't have to necessarily shut everything off way back there in the line. We could cut something right here. For example, if we wanted to switch out this faucet or do any work up here with the kitchen, we could just cut it right here, still have water running to the shower and to the toilet and everywhere, and not have to worry about that. So guys, there is nothing really super easy about this project. Now, when going into this, we knew we were gonna get this, all right? We knew that we were gonna face some troubles and have some challenges. That's why we negotiated the price down so much. I think we came over $2,000 under what he had been originally asking for, just because we knew we were gonna run into problems like this. Now, this is the other key. If you're gonna be under here doing upgrades, you're gonna be doing things. For example, we were doing that copper piping, and then it just hit us, we're like, you know, if we're going to be doing all that work, let's do it the right way and future-proof this thing. So one, if we do use this as the Airbnb model and we push this thing out, it's not going to have problems in the future. We're not going to get calls in the middle of the night saying, hey, can you get out here and fix this leak that's happening? Something's draining on the floor. That's expensive to get someone out there to fix that. So I'd rather put the money up front right now to get the proper system so that we can fix all of this right now before anyone gets in here for a rental. Now, the other second benefit to this is increasing the value of these RVs. Now, these things depreciate really crazy, but the advantage when this goes on the market is we can say it has all new plumbing if we did want to just move this and sell this. Hopefully we don't have to though, because I really want to see this Airbnb play out. But there you guys go. Right now, we got to get back into it. We're about to run the cold water line, the blue line, and I'll try to show you more of that hands-on so you guys can see how we're actually putting this thing together. All right, here we are right on that blue line. We're kicking this one off now. So you want to make sure that when you're measuring this, you leave about, Kaden, how long do you want to leave? So you want to add, if you're measuring just right between the two connections, guys, these PEX lines slide into these connectors by about 1 inch. So you want to add an inch on either side, right? So if this is 16 inches between, I'm going to go ahead and measure that for 18 inches because it's going to slide 1 inch into each line.
Got that. So just take that into account when you go to make these cuts. If you do mess up, it's not a big deal. The line is pretty cheap, so you can do some fixes. Let me show you now how we measure and how we cut this PEX line. All right, the first thing we're going to do here is get that measurement down that Kaden just took, and he's going to account for that full inch that he needs. So there he goes. He's got his first cut right there. So now he's going to take a PEX cutter to cut that. Now this one's not PEX branded. It's called Apollo. We got this one at Lowe's. It's about half the price of the actual PEX cutter, but it does the exact same job. Make sure that you get a straight cut on this, guys. It is super important that you get a straight cut. That's got to be flush to work with these shark bite connections. When people complain and say, oh, my shark bite connection, it's leaking, it's because they do not have an even cut on there. So now what Caden's going to do is he's going to take this PEX tool right here. You slide that right on there like that. You see we've marked ours 1/2 inch and we put a marking there. That tells us our shark bite connection is going to slide all the way down to the line. Now, if we don't hit that line, we know we're not pushed in all the way, which means what? We're going to get a leak. So we're going to do that on the other side as well. And it's very important that you do this. Now, yes, you could use a tape measure and measure that 1/2 inch. We just don't got that kind of time. And when you're doing this many cuts, pay the 11 bucks. Get the right tool that you need for that to make this real simple. Now, so what we're going to do down here is Caden's going to get in there. Sorry, guys, it's a little tight with the film. He's going to push that into one of our connections we have down there, a 9-degree elbow. Boom. It was that easy to pop that in there. He's going to pop this one in there. Boom. You see how that slid right in? Can you go ahead and try to pull that apart so people can see? Guys, it is really hard to pull that apart. You actually need a special tool to disconnect that. That's probably about another 8 bucks. And that tool, what it does is allow you to grip and separate those lines if you mess up and you need to take them apart. So there we go. We've got our blue end right there. We're going to go up to a T right here to connect and some more lines that we'll show you guys. And then we're going to run this back. Now, I kind of cheated, guys. I already built from the back side up while Caden was working this way. So let me show you. If we come across here, boom, we got that first T. Remember how I told you we had to cut those holes into the trailer? There you go right there. That drops down under the floor of that T, which brings us across to this section, this T right here, as you can see. And that's coming up right along. Boom, and that's hooked in now. Let me open that to get some light. That's hooked into our faucet braided hose right there. And then that is moving from that T all the way back. And then we'll connect at the shower. But we got to finish up this part up here. So let's get to it.
All right, guys, so this week we all really just did the plumbing in that video, guys. So as you see, we got all of our new plumbing lines ran. We got our water tank back in. You'll see in the next episode me trying to clean that. Now I'll put up the pictures of the inside of that, guys. We were finally able to get that water tank clean. But as you see, yeah, we've ran our new lines, guys, all underneath, up to the sink. And don't mind the look of everything right now, guys. We're filming everything out of order, kind of just as we go, because it's easier to film that way. So you know what, don't film shame us. It's no big deal. So as you see, we just ran all of our new lines to the toilet. There's another sink here. There's going to be a shower over there as well. So go ahead, guys. We ran all of our water lines. In the next episode, you're going to see me cleaning out that moldy water tank. You're going to see us cleaning out the water heater, which I'll put up a quick clip of that here, guys. That was nasty. There was some nasty sediment coming out of that, so stay tuned for that one, guys. Anyways, yeah, so the next episode, you're going to see us start to prime these cabinets, which you kind of already see right now. But you'll see us go over that, go over cleaning out the water tank, the heater, and starting to get up some of the shiplap that you see. So stay tuned for the next one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. This is going to be a crazy series, and I'll see you on the next one.